Well, this building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Washington Commanders. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Howell throwing on third down here. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed, because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And this ball's right on the money and leads to a big play.
They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You look at this Cowboy defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
They've established themselves pretty well throughout this season. But, boy, what a competitive group of people. They do not like that ranking they have now because they think that they're better, and they're out to prove it again in this game.
Second down, Howell now. Out route looking for McLaurin. He's got him. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 35. A give up the middle to Gibson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Second down, Howell back to pass. And his throw here is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Here's Howell. Working the middle of the field, and he's got him ran complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Back to the ground with Robinson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on 3rd down.
They'll run with Robinson. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Brian Robinson Jr., his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Now, these two teams, you might remember, met earlier in the year in Arlington with the Cowboys winning that ball game. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep.
Okay, ready?
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys! How about that? Their quarterback. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Cowboys respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. We saw so much of this last year at the college level, but there you go. His first rushing touchdown as an NFL quarterback.
And with the speed he has, we certainly know it won't be his last, because that's something that aided him very well, as you mentioned, at the college level. It's something he's going to carry over, and they'll make it a big part of their offense.
Aubrey good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taken at the goal line. Pushing his way through. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Robinson up the middle. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
And we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Back to throw. Howell. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and the Washington 1st down.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 52 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Second and 10. And they're going to motion Dotson to the left. Throwing here, Howell. And he couldn't get rid of the football, trying to buy a little time, but he'll just tuck it and go down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. This offense so far on 3rd down, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Howell. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Here's 2nd and 8. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, first down. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. They'll run with Pollard. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the Commanders' 6-yard line.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This is caught. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Pollard, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3.
50 Bobcats! 50 Bobcats! Cut 19! Cut 19!
I think probably just trying to draw him off there. It didn't work.
And defensively, that's what you work on all the time. Being in that spot and being able to not jump and give them the yardage that they were desiring.
So on 4th down, out is Brandon Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. And his kick here is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Will take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Check, Panther. Check, Bobcat. Check, Bobcat.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Here we go, here we go. Hurt. Right there, hurt.
Now an option play on 2nd down. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. That 2nd down play nets a -4. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. That is a tough way to start the 3rd quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their mind. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
Hey, that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Howell going to audible to something else. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Here's Howell to throw on 2nd down. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against. let alone put points up on the board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Howell, he'll look to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. Washington going to send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Pollard will take it up the gut. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
18 Cardinals, 18 Cardinals. 79 Broncos.
They're going to try and throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Quan Martin. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. So call off the pick 6.
Everything looked right. It looked like it was in their favor. Returned it for a touchdown as you just described. But instead, the penalty for interference nullifies everything.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? The nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him. Otherwise, you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
Ready, set. Hey, smash Broncos. Go.
1st down, and it's Pollard again. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So from the 37, here's second and a couple.
Cowboy 80. Hey, check that. Street. Ready.
Here's Pollard again. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a give here to Pollard. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Commanders will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing.
But pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Micah Parsons in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end, and he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Let's go now.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time it's 3rd and 3. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. And Howe will throw it. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Al now to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They'll motion McLaurin left. Fourth down, Howell, desperation time. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's first and goal.
Go check.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
70, Buffalo 18. 19 tight, 19 tight. Mustang 19.
Second and 6. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Brandon Cooks from 6 yards away. And the Cowboys are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
Takes over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Dotson in motion right. Off play action. It's Howell. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
On the ready. Go.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And some space here.
Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 98 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Brandon Cooks. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Here we go, here we go. 70.
Now a play fake here on first down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here, some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Commanders take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Now Howell. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Howell throwing on third down here.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Washington going to send out their punter
as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Come on.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
18, 5 here.
47-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
Check smash. Ready.
Pollard going to try the right side. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, it's Pollard. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Eluding the pressure right. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. Howell to the air on 1st and 10. That's caught by his tight end, Kylan Granson.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
First down, Howell to throw.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Here's Howell. That's out wide here for Robinson.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
Back to throw, Howell.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Throwing here, Howell.
Forced out to his left. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Howell.
swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Ready.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
18 Rattler.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Cowboys, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.